Can you tell us a little bit about your book?
Yeah, it's great to be here in the world's largest book fair to launch the world's largest collection of wisdom quotes in any language in history. This book has 3,333 wisdom quotes or life quotes or management quotes, leadership quotes. It covers A to Z of life, business, marketing, management, success, failure, hardships, difficulties. The essence of life is captured in 33 chapters. And this book is called, by original title, Philippisms, which is not just a pun on my surname Philip, but it stands for the word which means encouragement, inspiration, stimulus, the word Philip. And so all the translation, this book is translated into a record number of 45 languages, which is itself a world record. So the book is an Asian record and a world record and a historic record. It is broken all the records of Confucius, Marcus Aurelius, who has written maxims, and also the Greek thinkers like Aristotle, Socrates, Plato, and also the Indian classic called Tiruvalluvar's Tirukural, which was an inspiration for me to start writing maxims about 20 years ago. So this book has taken more than 10 years to write, and it was published at the height of the COVID pandemic to give encouragement to the world at large. It has encouraged thousands and thousands of people across the world. Even yesterday I got a message saying this is a wonderful book and is a must for all public speakers. So every line in this book can be a source of inspiration. Say I just opened at random, and you see each chapter is illustrated by an original artwork, a stream of consciousness artwork, all done by my older daughter Nimisha, an advocate otherwise by profession. And see, the first quote is illustrated by a beautiful painting. So it's a unique book among all the millions of books on display in the World Book Fair. This book, I can say, with all the modesty at my command, that is unique in all of publication, the way it is published, and the content. So it's the first world record for any book for its contents, the maximum number of maxims or precepts in any language. And Yuki Ito has done a great job by translating it into 45 languages in a record time, which would be any author's dream. You cannot translate a book in 6-7 months as they have done. And I believe they have done a very credible job of translation. Whoever has taken the language translations, they have come back saying that it's mind-blowing.
How did you come up with the title and content of the book?
The title Philippisms, it comes from the word Philip, F-I-L-L-I-P, which is a common English word which is used in economics and in management and leadership. Philip means a boost, to give inspiration, to give encouragement, to give stimulus. So the word Philip is coined as Philippisms. So the word Philippism itself has an inner meaning. F stands for faith, I for inspiration, L for love. The second L stands for lifelong learning, then I for innovation, P for purpose, to be in alignment with your purpose, then I for integrity, so it involves character building, S for spirituality, M for motivation. So this is also an acronym. So there are multiple levels of meaning in this book.
What was your writing process?
Well, I meditate every day for a fairly long time on various thoughts, and that stimulates, triggers suddenly a new concept, a new idea. So, for example, the word recognition. From the word recognition, I have discovered the process for achievement or success. Cognition, which means intelligence. Recognition means reworking whatever you're thinking about. And it also means precognition, which means dreaming dreaming unconsciously as well as consciously, and metacognition, which involves spiritual intelligence above the level of the senses, above the five senses, that is the sixth sense of spirituality. And through this process, we crystallize truths for the world. So you see the seers and sages of old, they all went through this process, and I'm just replicating this process to discover truths by which we should live. Human beings, whether you're German, French, or Japanese, or Chinese, or whatever ethnic group, all humans have a common heritage. And wisdom is our greatest quest. Wisdom is applied knowledge. So it is the application of knowledge to every dimension of life in 360 degrees. That's what this book is about. 3,333 ways to live.
Did you face any challenges while writing this book?
Yeah, there were huge challenges because I was writing one quote per day, so it took about 10 years. And then classifying it was so difficult because, I had to classify these 3,333 written over 10 years. So it was disparate categories. So how do you categorize it was a huge challenge. But somehow again, I believe that word inspiration. So this Tirukural, written by a Tamil sage 2,500 years ago, which is a classic of the Sangam age of Tamil literature. Tamil is one of the oldest languages in the world. It's said to be about 3,500 years old or older. And Tirukural was written in Tamil. So each of these sayings by the sage Tiruvallava was written in 7 words, very cryptic but with deep truths. And so the challenges were how to capture deep truths with as few words as possible. So mine are not in 7 words. They could be 3 lines, some are 1-liners, some are 2-liners. I'll give you some examples. Like in the chapter called Life, I've just written a few words which sum up the whole process of life, yours or mine or anyone's. First, respire, aspire, perspire, inspire, expire. So in 5 words, I've captured the entire life cycle of any human. So respire, you got to respire first. Then you got to aspire, that is you have goals. Then you have to perspire to achieve those goals. And once you achieve the goals, you inspire. And then you expire. So the entire life cycle is captured in just 5 words. So some are very cryptic like that. But there are a few which run into 3 lines, 4 lines, or some very rarely 5 lines. So this is a challenge, the challenge of classifying. Then I managed to classify it into 33 chapters. The Tirukural is classified into 133 chapters, like polity, leadership, beauty, love, and so on. But my book is classified into 33 chapters, which cover to the A to Z of life. So some of the reviewers, very erudite reviewers other than Brian Tracy, who is an author of as many as 100 books, he has given me a foreword. It is also endorsed by world level celebrities like Sue Knight is an author of many books on NLP at work and so on. She's an English author who knows me personally. And several other great writers have endorsed this book as one of the greatest books ever written. So this has been a great source of satisfaction. You see, Phil Cook, he's a Hollywood filmmaker. He says, I love short, powerful lessons that can completely change my perspective. And Dr. Prateep Phillips' new book, Philippisms, is exactly that. There's an inspiring proverb for nearly every situation, and you'll find yourself unable to put it down. Get the book. It's always a good thing to have a positive jolt of energy and excitement from time to time. Then you have Dr. John D. Martini, who has reviewed the book, and he has said, Dr. Prateep Phillips' quotes are both profound and prolific. It covers the entire gamut, from life success to leadership and management. It is awesome that he has excelled the 3,000-year-old record of King Solomon of 3,000 spoken proverbs. It is indeed a valuable contribution to the wisdom literature of the world. So this is a contribution basically to the wisdom literature of the world.
Is there any real-life character that inspired you to write this book?
There are many real-life characters who have inspired many sayings, like heard the father of the nation of India, M.K. Gandhi, Mahatma Gandhi. He's known by sobriquet Mahatma, great soul. So he has been a source of inspiration. How he took values and transformed it into political weapons, which won freedom for India from British rule. It also led to the civil rights movement. It inspired Martin Luther King Jr., who led the civil rights movement in the United States, and has also inspired Nelson Mandela, who fought against apartheid. So the principles that worked in these great lives, I have been able to capture and crystallize it into Philippisms. And you will find the book strewn with the thoughts that these lives have inspired.
How well do you think you have conveyed your emotions on paper?
Well, I cannot say that I'm fully satisfied. No author would say is fully satisfied with his writing. But the satisfaction I get is, as I told you, somebody wrote in yesterday saying, I got your book, A Stranger from another part of the country. And it's a wonderful book and is a must read for all public speakers. Then I get letters from the youth saying it's a great source of daily strength, of inspiration. So you don't have to read the whole chapter or a whole part of the book. Even if you take a single line, say faith provides justification and hope, while love produces good works. So it'll inspire people both to have faith and live in both hope and to do good work. So every single saying leads to an impact on the human psyche. Excellence is all about continuous improvement. So this entire chapter 6 is on excellence. So this impacts all of life. The find X in every math question should translate in real life into finding a way to excel. So you know that Twitter is called X. So finding X is the challenge for every human. How do I excel in everything I do? That is your life's message and life's contribution.
What kind of responses have you received so far?
Yeah, I've already said that I've got responses from world level leaders. The book has been sent to the Prime Minister of Australia, King Charles. It has been given to the Indian Prime Minister, Honorable Prime Minister Sri Narendra Modi ji. Has also been given to the Chief Ministers of Karnataka, Tamil Nadu, who are important provinces in India. And I've got letters from many of them as well as ordinary people. And that is more thrilling for me, from ordinary readers, that this inspires them to greatness. It inspires them to find purpose, to live a life in alignment with values. It also helps young people, find purpose and meaning in their lives, to succeed, how to succeed. See, I am an author with a unique biography. That's what you need to understand. I'm perhaps the only person on the planet who has survived a human bomb assassination of a world leader, former Prime Minister Prateep Gandhi. I survived it with 100 steel shrapnel in my body. There's no author in this entire complex at the World Book Fair who has such a biography. I also survived a near death of drowning just before I got married to my wife here, Sagi. A week before we got married, I drowned to death. So in my book, chapter called Life, from memory I can say that death teaches us lessons that life cannot. Near death teaches us lessons that life cannot. So near death transforms your psyche and mind to live every moment with joy, with inspiration, with power and meaning. So this book, somebody has written recently, he's a film writer, a very deep guy, and he has sent a video where he says that this book has an energy which transformed my mind. And among all the great books that I have in my library, which includes Socrates, Aristotle, Confucius, you name it, this has a special place in my heart and my library. It's not just a book, it is the soul of greatness. So this gives me tremendous sense of fulfillment and satisfaction. This is my magnum opus, my greatest work. I've written many books, I have about 26 books in the pipeline, 27 books to be precise, and a series called The Alphabet of Life, which I wrote over 10 plus years. I have also 3 other published books. One is called Friends of Police Movement. I, as a senior police officer, had started a new idea called Friends of Police to make the world safer and to involve the community in policing. So that was my first book. Then I've written a book called For Better Through Verse. Verse is V-E-R-S-E. That is a book which is based on my devotion on scripture over an entire lifetime. Then I've written a book called Word Empowered Life, and this is my 4th offering to the world. And it gives me tremendous satisfaction. This is my legacy to the world.
Your future plan and what are you looking for ahead?
Yeah, I have a plan to write a book on this assassination of Rajiv Gandhi, the former Prime Minister. He is the John F. Kennedy of India, and still a mystery how he was assassinated, how and why. And I am one of the few in the world who can say that I can write a survivor's account. So you haven't had many survivors' account of any of the famous assassinations. So that book is my major project for the coming year. And also I need to publish 27 titles in the series called The Alphabet of Life, which will answer all questions regarding both life and its relationship with faith and hope. So this is my plan for the future.
Key takeaways for the readers.
Well, the key takeaways is that all these thoughts come from one thought process that I had discovered for humanity called equilibrium thinking or EQ thinking. And that is based on one Philippism, which is very simple, 5 words: be at it, beat it. So the essence of this is the Western world is based only on positive thinking. Now, positive thinking is good but not good enough. It doesn't cover the whole of reality. So we need to own both our weaknesses and the negativities and reality of life to face its challenges. So be at it is the positive stream, beat it is the negative stream. So I'm the first thinker and writer in history to discover a thought process which combines both the reinforcement of the positive and the negation of the negative. Though this itself is dialectic. You know, Karl Marx and other authors of Germany and influenced the world, but their dialectic process was not holistic, and therefore you had a lot of violence in ideologies that they spawned. So be at it, beat it enables people to get inside themselves and defeat their ghosts, their demons, and come out better people. So that is a key takeaway. Now on the lighter side, I'm also a creator of a comic character called The Adventures with Dazzle the Giant Dragonfly. This is a childhood dream to create a comic character just like Walt Disney created Mickey Mouse. I am the creator of a comic called Tales of Adventure with Dazzle, the Giant Dragonfly, which is also in display here in this stall. The publisher has done a great job of illustrating it with a very beautiful thing, and many children who have received it recently from me as personal birthday gifts, they are delighted by it and they promise to keep it as a lifelong treasure. So very beautifully done comic. And so on the lighter vein, Dazzle will also be a source of entertainment for the world. We hope that this will develop into a animated movie series like Mickey Mouse. It will entertain both children and grown-up children like you and me.
What advice do you have for other writers?
So the advice is keep thinking and discover new ways to express your inner being. Get deeper into yourself, and then you would be able to draw from the subconscious creative ideas which are useful for the world. So the world needs less of negativity and more of creativity. And so writers can bring that and make it into a reality for the world. And thereby, thought by thought, word by word, you change the world.